Hello students, welcome to the subject Social Science, Standard 7. We are going to start today History. History chapter number 4, the Mughal Empire. Let's see what the Mughal Empire has in store for us. Already we had seen the sultans, okay, Delhi Sultanate we had seen. In that Ibrahim Lodi, okay, he had fought with Babur. Both of them in the Battle of Panipat in 1526. In this war, Ibrahim Lodi had already lost, and that's how the Mughals' rule started in Delhi. So let's begin. This is Red Fort. Mostly you see all the work which is happening, okay, during that time. They had control over this place, okay. The Delhi sultans and all were ruling over here. Then the Mughals, when they won over, they started ruling over from the Red Fort. Who were Mughals? The Mughals were the descendants of two great lineages, okay, from mother's side and father's side. Mother's side it was Genghis Khan, and father's side it was Timur. Mother's side ruled over Mongol tribe, China and Central Asia. Father's side Timur ruled over Iran, Iraq and modern day Turkey. So this way the Mughals were mostly, you can see, okay, the Mughals descendants of two great lineages, the father's side and the mother's side. Mother's side you had Genghis Khan, okay, so Babur had all the Mughals who came in, okay, he had the relationship between two sides, that is mother's side and father's side. Mother's side you had Genghis Khan and father's side he had Timur. So these are the places where they ruled in. Genghis Khan ruled over Mongol tribe, okay, in China Mongol tribe used to stay, and where he had control over and he took over that particular land. China and Central Asia. Coming to the Timur side, he ruled over Iran, okay, northwest side presently of India, okay, there you have Iran, Iraq, modern day Turkey. So these are the places where the Mughals were having control, and Babur, the Mughal head, okay, that is the first person whose both the relationship, okay, had control over most of the parts of the other countries. This is the family tree of Babur, okay, Timur. In the year 1336 till 1405, Timurid Empire was there, okay, from 1370 to 1405. From Prince Miran Shah 1366 to 1408. Prince Sultan Muhammad, he ruled. Sultan Abu Said, then ruler of Samarkand, Prince Umar Sheikh Mirza. These are all the people who ruled before Babur, okay, and then the Babur had come over. He was the founder of the Mughal dynasty of India. So that's how he had control over maximum area, and he is counted as the first Mughal ruler. Why Mughals emphasize their Timurid and not Mongol descendants? Why Babur said that he is from mostly from the Timur side, not from the Mongol descendant? Genghis Khan is associated with massacre of innumerable people. It is believed that Genghis Khan's name, okay, if once heard, people would be in fear and people would just give off their lands and territory. In fight, he would not leave anybody. He you can hear or you can see, just see the word massacre of innumerable people. Okay, so he used to murder all the people. So he didn't like, Babur didn't like to be called the descendant of Genghis Khan. Uzbekis, okay, side, that is the side of the mother's side. Another Mongol tribe, okay, he was a competitor of Mughals. Uzbekis, another Mongol tribe, was a competitor of Mughals. So this way, he didn't like to be called the descendant of the Genghis Khan, but he would like to say that he was a descendant of Timur. Here you can see the Mughal lineage, okay, lineage, which you can see who had ruled over. So Babur, he ruled from 1526 to 1530, almost 4 years he had ruled. Then his son Humayun takes over from 1530 to 1540, and then there is a break, okay, because the rule went into the hand of Sher Shah Suri, and then after certain time period again Humayun comes back and then takes over from 1555 to 1556. After that, Humayun's son, that is Akbar, took over from 1556 to 1605. Then Jahangir, son of Akbar, okay, he takes over the rule from 1605 to 1627. Shah Jahan from 1627 to 1658. Aurangzeb 1658 to 1707. Now you can see here this lineage which is given from Babur to Aurangzeb. Okay, this all people, okay, one after the other, the heirs got the throne to rule over. But then after Aurangzeb, there was no one who could hold on to the throne. Okay, there were a lot of heirs, but they could not have control over. So that's how the Mughal rule ends. From Aurangzeb's time, it starts declining. Okay, so this is from 1526 to 1707. So this much you have studied, children. Hope you have understood. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, bye-bye.